Is it true that money's the root of all evil? Or is it possible that money could actually be an amazing tool that you can use for good? In this video, I'm going to be going through and dispelling some major misconceptions regarding money and how you can use money to do some incredible good in the world. How many times have you heard the expression that money is the root of all evil? Could that be true? Is everyone that loves to make money and wants to increase their income and their financial circumstances all going to the bad place down there? My friend, during this video, I want to clarify a few misconceptions regarding money. Now, if you get offended by spiritual or churchy matters, I would suggest you probably click on another video, because this video is all about how to overcome those limiting money beliefs, especially when rooted in spiritual matters. Let's dive into that very famous verse in the Bible that so many people love to misquote. There are so many people that love to say, well, look, it says right here, money's the root of all evil. Is that true? Nope. What it actually says is the love of money, or the actual translation into English is the worship of money is the root of all evil. Of course, those of us that are churchy read back a little bit earlier in the Bible when we receive the 10 Commandments. And one of those commandments is, thou shalt have no other God before me. If we are literally worshiping money, or if we're pursuing money rather than worshiping our higher power, then yes, that can become evil. Simply enjoying money or creating more of it in your life is not the root of all evil. My friend, money is just a tool. Money is a form of currency that we use to exchange with other things. It's fascinating. I love to tell people that if money was the root of all evil, then my pen is the root of all misspelled words. Now think about that for a moment. My pen is just sitting there. My pen doesn't misspell the words for me. I'm the one that takes my pen and I misspell the words on the document that I'm writing. It's the same thing with money. There are good people that use money for really good things, and there are not so good people that use money for not so good things. Misconception number 2. If I have more money, then I'm going to become greedy. My friend, again, money is neutral. Money is nothing more than a resource, and money makes you more of who you truly are on the inside. But Eric, I've seen people that they were really humble when they were poor, and then they became rich, and they started doing all this bad stuff. My friend, if a person is truly humble at heart, having more money isn't going to change that. Having more resources is simply going to allow a person to do what's already in his or her heart. For example, if I'm a philanthropist and I suddenly receive a lot more resources, of course I'm going to use those resources to further my philanthropy work. Now, if deep down I want to be a terrorist, if I get more resources, I'm going to go do some not so nice things. Again, money is not the root of all evil. In fact, if having money made a person evil, how come so many of the prophets in the scriptures and in modern days have all been quite wealthy? Again, if money made a person evil, why would the Lord choose all these wealthy people to actually lead his children? The answer is very simple. A person that has more money, that is financially free, for example, has one less thing to worry about and can then serve his higher power with all of his or her heart, might, mind, and strength. My friend, is it possible to be both wealthy and spiritual? Of course. Oh, but Eric, look at Jesus! I mean, wasn't Jesus homeless? Didn't he say something like the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head? You should go back and reread that. First of all, Jesus had apostles, and one of his apostles was the treasurer of the group. Why would they need a treasurer if there was no money involved? Second, Jesus created and therefore owned the entire planet. There was no scarcity going on in Jesus' mind. Again, you can be very wealthy and very spiritual. Having more money cannot make a person different. It can simply magnify what's already in his or her heart. Why try to increase someone's financial circumstances? Very simply, so that you can do what you are here on this earth to do. Think about that for a moment. Who has more influence over the politics and the laws of the land, poor people or wealthy people? Who has more influence over the fashion trends, poor people or wealthy people? Of course, the answer is wealthy. I heard a story not too long ago about a young woman, a young wife and a young mother who was diagnosed with an advanced stage of cancer. And she found out from her doctor that her only hope of surviving was if she underwent years and years of intense medical treatments. Now you can imagine, intense medical treatments, are those inexpensive or are those expensive? In most cases, they're pretty expensive even if a person has health insurance. But of course, being the wife and the mother that she was, if there was any possibility that she could survive, she wanted to take that chance. So she began to undergo these medical treatments. Pretty soon she received a letter in the mail from her health insurance telling her that her health insurance was cutting her off because she had reached her lifetime limit of benefits. Well, she and her husband didn't make a whole lot of money, and she realized that she probably wasn't going to be able to have the money to continue on with these treatments. Therefore, she resolved to die. She came home one day and she opened up her mailbox and she found a letter with no return address. She opened it up and she began to read, "I know who you are and I know of your circumstances and I want to help." Out of the letter fell a black titanium credit card with the woman's name on it. She picked it up and she continued to read, "On this card, there is no credit limit. Take it and charge any and all medical expenses to it, and it will get paid." She did so, and her life was spared. You can imagine, had that person not done whatever it took for him to become wealthy so that he could be there in that moment of that woman's time of need, her life probably wouldn't have been spared. My friend, what's your purpose for becoming wealthy? What is it that you are here to do? Is money the root of all evil? No. My friend, you have a specific purpose here in life, and becoming wealthy will help you to achieve it. It's time to eliminate your limited beliefs regarding money. My friend, my name is Eric Bailey. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more about money and how to actually use money for good and how to actually increase your income, please click on this link below. It'll take you to a description page of one of our 3-day money classes. If you would like to attend in Salt Lake City, Utah, reach out to us. I've got a special gift in the form of a scholarship as long as you're willing to commit to coming to the class. You're worth it, my friend, and so are all the people whose lives you're here to touch.